joining us now to talk about this positive story. Glad to say that. I don't get to say that often enough, is Toni May,
yes.
Who is intimately involved in this. And Toni, Kids Sanctuary started just 6 years ago. But talk to us about the impact that it's already had on the lives of so many kids.
Well, the sanctuary is literally built from the ground up. So the video you saw is our second home that's about to be open in about a week now. And the impact is that children who live here, if you know anything about foster care, most kids move from home to home to home. The average is 2 to 3 homes they'll move around to. So in our homes, in the Kids Sanctuary homes, they have 24-hour regular parents. It's the same set of parents. They're professionally trained parents, if you can believe there's such a thing. And the significance is it's stability. Stability that these kids have never had in all their foster care situation.
So Toni, in addition to having, 3 square and a roof over their head, do you offer counseling and emotional assistance as well? Because I know the foster lifestyle is very difficult for a lot of these children.
You're exactly right, Morgan. The foster life is beyond difficult. Most foster kids, 50% won't graduate from high school. 80% have some kind of emotional or developmental situation. So the counseling there, whether it be counseling, tutoring, it's all provided through our partners at Place of Hope. So we actually get the houses up and running, and they run the houses. That's what we like to say. And they do have on-site and off-site counseling, tutoring. If there's school activities they're involved in, they make sure they get there on time. It's just like having a regular traditional home.
And talk about, Toni, one of the biggest problems with foster kids is when they turn 18. Because a lot of the options, and there are limited options, but the options that are there are no longer there. Talk about how this program helps kids as they're about to age out of the program be prepared for a lifestyle that they can contribute to society.
So I'll quote our house parent, Gary, who says in his tenure, he's been a house parent with his wife, Odalis, for 17 years. In our homes for 2 since they began. He says he has children that he had in his homes, just like the one at Kids Sanctuary, that literally went to college, got jobs. Very rare, you're right. 70% of kids who age out of foster care, 70% get in some kind of trouble because there is nowhere for them to go. With this setting, they make sure they offer college scholarships, they help them find it. There's also a age out home that's connected with our partner Place of Hope. So knowing anything about foster care, this setting and this role model is exemplary when it comes to these kids surviving the aging out. You're exactly right.
So is it kind of like a halfway house type thing with support?
It's not. It's even beyond that. They have their own apartments literally set up for them. Their responsibility is to get a job. They have job coaches that help them. So that's after our Kids Sanctuary experience. They can have that experience as well.
And one of the things I like about your program, I have a lot of friends that are involved in the program, and I've been involved in it in the past as well, but it's local and you can really see the results and it impacts the children right here. So what can our viewers do if they'd like to get involved, either with volunteering or with fundraising?
That is such a great question, Morgan. As you saw the home that's going up in that video, every single dime raised was raised by donors, foundations, sponsors, not a dime of federal or state money. The beauty inside, which is breathtaking, it's better than, I walk in, I'm like, can I just live here, please?
It's designers that donate their time. Right?
Yeah, you see it there. 15 different design teams from all over South Florida, from Miami-Dade all the way up to Palm Beach County, took a room, you see it there, Joe Fava did that room, our chair. And when I say design, I mean something that Lex Magazine is going to highlight, that Architectural Digest, beautiful, beautiful rooms. That is all donated. So if people want to get involved, especially if they have an eye for beauty and design, we, in our next home, will be getting another team of over-the-top designers. And always, always, our partners at Place of Hope need just one-on-one mentoring. These kids can really survive with mentoring of somebody that gives them the right path.
Of course, your program is based in South Florida, but for folks who are interested in helping deal with the issue of foster kids, what can they do? And what do you think is the biggest area of need right now across the country for foster kids?
The biggest area of needs is foster parents. Foster parents. And what people don't realize, I can't do it. I already have my own kids. How much time will it take? There is such a massive support system for people who will take kids into their own homes. Ours is a rarity because the cost is more expensive per student, per child, to put them in this type of setting. So there's millions and millions all across the country of people that are sitting watching that could open a door and change a child's life.
And give us just real quick, with about 2 minutes left to go, one anecdotal story about how a life was changed, without mentioning specific names here because we want to observe anonymity, but somebody who has gone through your program who now has a very successful life, and they've broken that cycle of getting back into prison, which as you mentioned, happens often with foster kids.
I'll again quote our fantastic house parent, Gary, who just the other day told me a story of a young lady who was one of his most troubled young ladies, ran away, gave him a hard time. Today, she went to college, has a nursing degree, and has a young lady, a daughter, who's going to high school, also has dreams of being a nurse. It's unheard of in the foster care system. I mean, I get chill bumps. No, I get chill bumps thinking about this house that you just saw the video of will definitely be a haven that changes lives thanks to everyone that helped us.
And, and anybody who's looked into this issue again has seen at that moment, at 11:59 and 59 seconds from when a foster child is 17 to when they're 18, their whole entire future can change, and they can go from someone who could wind up in prison and become a responsibility of the state for the rest of their lives to somebody who can become a nurse.
Amen. Amen. And I would say anyone that has jobs all over the country, don't overlook foster kids. They're hardworking, dedicated, very good kids.
I mean, these are quite often the forgotten children.
Sadly, you're exactly right, but not a kid sanctuary.
Well, that's good, and we're glad to have you here again. Is there a website, a place people can go to find out more information?
KidsSanctuaryCampus.org. Simple as
KidsSanctuaryCampus.
one word.org.
Good stuff. Toni May, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
We're happy to spread the word and happy to change pace a little bit, talk about something besides
good news is always good.
I love these stories.
National conflict, of course. All right. Well, Toni May, thanks so much for being here, of course.
Both.
Go to our website, check it out. Tell us one more time, Toni.
KidsSanctuaryCampus, so one word.org.
All right, KidsSanctuaryCampus.org. More information there as well. Of course, we want to hear from you. We want you to participate in this discussion. You can weigh in on any of the topics here, and we'll get to them. And we'll have more ahead here on America's Forum right after this. You can find our contact info right here up on the screen at Newsmax TV, #America's Forum. Reach out to us on our special comment page, newsmaxtv.com/comment, or on Facebook, facebook.com/NewsmaxTV.